For Better or Worse by Pauline Osborne of Cherrybrook, 2126. Narrated by Janine Penfold. Over the years, I have encountered a range of Australian toilets. They were frequently called dunnies. My grandfather would dig a hole in the ground and place a seating structure over the hole. A timber house gave privacy. For toilet paper, newspapers were cut into squares and placed on a nail. The toilet was always a long way from our house, so there were ceramic chamber pots under beds. When the hole was filled, Grandpop would dig another hole further away, move the whole structure over the new hole, and then cover the original hole with soil. In my later childhood, we graduated to a fixed structure, and the dunny man would come every week, remove the filled toilet and replace it with a fresh can. The septic tank was an improvement. What wonders when we had a toilet within the bathroom. That was then, and now we have possibly 3 toilets in the one house. Toilets are definitely for better, and the past for worse. I lovingly remember the fuel stove. There was no temperature control, but my Nana always made brilliant cakes and roast dinners. We made toast by using a long fork to hold the bread over the flame. Many years later, when my first son arrived, 6 weeks prematurely, my Nana told me that in her day, he would have been placed in the stove beside the warm oven. Grandpop surprised Nana with a new kerosene stove. She refused to use it. Then came the gas and electric early cookers. That was the then. I will never forget the miracle of my first microwave oven. I could cook and defrost food in seconds. I now have the fanciest stove on the market. The now is definitely for better, and the then was for worse. A big change in my life has been in communication. The humble letter kept us in touch. Every child had numerous pen friends. My family got our first telephone when I was 18 years old. Until then, we used a payphone housed in a red wood and glass shelter. Congratulation cards were sent for all special occasions. Telegrams were used to convey family tragedies or special events. Television entered my life when I was 10 years old. We would watch wearing sunglasses to protect our eyes. People watched shows through shop windows. The world opened up to us. With the arrival of computers, we fell in love with the immediacy of emails. Social media totally entranced us, and we felt sad about all the friends that we had lost along the way because we moved locations. Now, we do not lose anyone. Some blessed families had a set of precious encyclopedias. Now, we just do a Google search for information. Communication is definitely for better, not for worse. My weekly excitement as a child was the arrival of the Iceman. He had a thick Hessian bag over his shoulder and a huge hook to hold the block of ice. He would place the block in the ice chest located in the laundry attached to the stable. Our first refrigerator was kerosene. The electric ones which followed were such a luxury. We could freeze bread in the minuscule freezer, which was only big enough for ice cubes. Much of the stale bread was used in bread and butter pudding. We couldn't believe our first chest freezer. Frozen vegetables were miraculous. Frozen bread, meals and leftovers became the norm. Yes, another item to place in the for better group, not the for worse. As a child, I was given a solo plane ticket to fly from Sydney to Nyngan to holiday for a fortnight with my newly married uncle. The 8-seater plane went into an air pocket and dropped suddenly. I was terrified. But a lovely stewardess reassured me. During the fortnight away, I learned how to ride a bike and how to play euchre. Another holiday was under a sheet of canvas, looped over a rope. We cooked over an open fire. The beach was nearby. On another occasion, we spent time on a houseboat. Ecstasy. An aunt actually rented a holiday house at Bateman's Bay. The whole extended family came. We had our own rowing boat. We had another holiday in a canvas tent with a central pole and 4 corner poles. I remember Grandpop having to dig a trench around the tent in pouring rain in the middle of the night to stop the water from invading our quarters. As an adult, I have travelled to over 60 countries. The accommodation was sumptuous, and the food was the best that each country could offer. Amazingly, I would choose the childhood holidays as being better than my adult holidays. As a child, I had very limited experiences, so the special events stand out like beacons. The end.